Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just straight out of Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 2 of my 1998 Tampa Bay Devil Rays series here on Out of the Park Baseball 16. And today we are back here for the mid-season update, mid-season episode, whatever you want to call it, for 1998, our first year as manager and GM of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And things not really off to a great start. As you can see, we are in last place, 30-53, nothing out of the, nothing that wasn't unexpected or anything like that. So, really not too many bright spots, but, like I said, we knew coming in we weren't going to have a lot of talent on the roster. Pitching staff, all in all, has been a pretty big disappointment. Neither Rolando Araujo, I have no idea how to pronounce his last name, or Tony Saunders have really done anything too well. Jason Johnson just got recalled. He has had 3 pretty good starts since getting recalled, but we'll see if he can keep that up. He's not rated very highly. He is replacing the injured Anthony Hines, who is out for the rest of the year with a torn triceps muscle. 3 more months. That should be just about the rest of the season, unless we were to somehow make it into October, which won't be happening this year. We're also without Jim Messier. I don't know how to pronounce this name as well. He is one of our better relievers. He has biceps tendonitis. He's been dealing with that for a while now. So you can see he's been on the 60-day DL. So anyway, as for how the team is actually doing, on offense, things have been better than with the pitching staff, I would say. We've had a couple players have pretty good performances. Fred McGriff has been pretty good. Miguel Cairo's had a half-decent year. Wade Boggs, his defense has really dipped his value. He actually had a negative WAR for a while, but he's been playing a lot better lately. He wants a trade, though. But anyway, Bobby Smith, he's looking like a Rookie of the Year candidate. He's had a really good year so far. He's on pace for 6.2 wins above replacement. So this looks like maybe the one stud from our draft class. But at the same time, it's his first season and his ratings aren't really that high. So I don't know, maybe he's a sell-high candidate at some point. We'll see. Aaron Ledesma's been half decent. Randy Wynn's developed into a pretty good player. He's looking pretty good. So yeah, things have been a little bit better on the offensive side of things, but pitching-wise, pretty much terrible. I think we probably have last in runs against. Or actually, we're somehow only 12th in runs against. I feel like we should be much lower than that, but oh well. So there's no international amateur free agent signing period here in 1998. I don't know if that is a thing or not, if that's going to be an off-season thing or what. I couldn't tell you, but I figured I would at least let's see, before we get screwed over by this, let's turn enable baseball cards off so you don't have to cut out for this part. But yeah, we'll see who our all-star representative is. Like slurring my words here. So let's see, Tampa Bay, anybody? Bob E. Smith. All right, that's probably pretty well deserved. Wow, some guys with monster years already. Jim Edwards already has 5.6 WAR. Bernie Williams already has 5.1. Edmonds is on pace for a 10.5. That is absurd. And Roger Clemens having a really good year in Toronto. I think he won the 98 Cy Young in real life, so it would make sense. Yeah, some monster seasons happening. John Smoltz, Kurt Schilling. Really good years. Ray Lankford. I've never heard of this guy. 5 wins above replacements. Chipper Jones. Wow, some really good seasons. And I thought about showing you guys... I thought about Alright, so I thought about showing you guys the top prospects at the beginning of the year. Just recording a little clip for that, but most of the top prospects are fictional players. I'm pretty sure most of these guys are. Like, here's a real one, Troy Gloss, Russell Branyan. I mean, there's a couple of ones I recognize, but a lot of these guys are actually fictional players. Corey Koski, Torrey Hunter. I mean, there you see some of the real names in here, but I don't think we have any top 100 prospects. Oh, we have one, Cipriano Sepulveda. All right, we'll keep an eye on him. And pitchers. Ooh, Jeff Pope, 19-year-old closer. And I did make one trade while I was off camera because, let's see, where we can find it. Manager, history, transaction history. Yes, so we actually, it was kind of it was like a combination of trades. So we traded, let's see, Dave Martinez. So Dave Martinez came up to us. He was very unhappy with his role in the team, and I was very excited to get rid of him because look at his contract. This is a guy that I think Tampa Bay signed I'm not sure if they got him in the expansion draft. I know Tampa Bay had a bad history early on of really overspending on free agents, and I think Dave Martinez might have been one of those guys. He was actually on the White Sox before this, and had a couple pretty good seasons. But I was very excited to get rid of his contract, and also threw in Jesus Carceles, 27-year-old, pretty much a 4A player, for Jeff Blauser, who I then kept for a little bit and then turned around and flipped for, along with Roberto Hernandez and Jorge Gonzalez, is another sort of 4A player. But Roberto Hernandez is a closer that the Devil Rays signed. They gave a 2-year. It was actually a 3-year deal, but the third year is team option. But it's another one of the bad contracts that Tampa Bay handed out. And I know this guy was a free agent because I remember reading about this in Jonah Carey's book. But yeah, so we threw him in the deal as well, so we free up some more money. And we actually got a half-decent prospect out of it, Pablo Gonzalez, who looks like he could be a nice little contact infielder here. We'll see if his speed develops at all. He's already 22 years old, but I think he could actually turn into something half-decent. And then we also claimed Alex Ochoa off of waivers from Minnesota. He's in AAA right now. He's not been there for too long, but he was struggling early on this year in Minnesota, so I sent him down. And yeah, the biggest disappointment of the team has to be Paul Sorrento. He hit 30 home runs last year for Seattle, has OPS over 850 the last 2 years. He's literally been one of the worst position players in baseball this year, on pace for -3 wins above replacement. But I'm playing him every day just because no one will take his contract, and I don't really want to just outright release him. But he is, I think he's actually platooning with Bubba Trammell, and he's not even happy doing that. So anyway, let's see who wins the All-Star game. It is NL, looks like. Andrew Jones gets MVP, so cool stuff there. This is Manny Ramirez. Oh, yeah. Manny, nickname Manny being Manny Ramirez. Interesting. Alrighty then. So we'll keep going forward here, and, I'm not sure what we're going to exactly be able to do at this trade deadline. I mean, obviously, we're a rebuilding team. We're going to try and capitalize on whatever kind of assets we think we have. I'm just not really sure what we have that other teams might want. So it'll be an interesting deadline. We'll see what happens. Jim Mercer, whatever his name is back. I think I had 24 players on the team this whole time. Nice. All right. Oh, that's after we traded Hernandez. That wasn't for too long. All right, but we can make Messi, the closer. I'm just gonna call him JC, I think, until someone in the comments tells me how to pronounce his name. Bobby Smith day-to-day. Ooh, Ledesma had 6. That's a franchise record. That's going to be a franchise record for a while. 6 hits. Holy smokes. Yeah, I like this Aaron Ledesma guy. He's a good contact player. These guys who have good contact ratings and can avoid strikeouts often hit for really high averages in this game. And that is muy importante. Ooh, this is a half-decent reliever on waivers. Bullpen emergency guy. No thanks. I think I will pass. Alright, let's keep going, though. We'll go all the way up to, like, July 28th or 29th. Hibbert's on waivers again. Playing Oakland. Darren Holmes on waivers. Then we got Chicago. Trade proposal apparently expired. Alright, so let's just, let's see. I mean, I don't think we're going to get anything for Jim Messer, but he's one of our better players. At least in terms of overall rating. So we can shop him around, see if we get any offers on him. Alright, we mainly just got other relievers offered to us, so I think we'll pass on these then. There's not really, there wouldn't really be a point to that, and Messer doesn't have a lot of team, he doesn't have a lot of service time. Rolando Araujo is a guy that I would think about trading. I think he was, so it looks like he was an international free agent that signed, but he's only making the minimum. And, he was having a good year at the start of the year. He's kind of dipped back lately. But he's 30 years old. And, honestly, by the time we're good again, what are the chances that Araujo is still, close to his prime or really even an effective pitcher? I mean, I think if we could capitalize on his value, that's one of our few assets I think we should cash in on. So, looking at the trade finder, it looks like the only team really offering us, I guess the Marlins are offering us a pretty good prospect too. Like I said, we need young guys because we're not going to be good for a couple of years. We need guys who are going to, stick around until we're good. I don't think Bill Miller is one of those guys. So let's look at offers from the Mariners and the Marlins. We can at least look at their prospect list. So it's not a great farm system from Seattle, but Carlos Guillen did turn into a pretty productive infielder for a good portion of his career. Now they might just have some other young players that we could get. Not Alex Rodriguez. I think that would be overstepping our bounds just a little bit. But this is a stacked team. But what about... They don't really have any... Let's start by age. Yeah, they don't really have any young studs other than A-Rod. Let's take a look at the Marlins then, who look like they could also use Rolando Araujo, although they were only offering up Alex Gonzalez. Alright, so let's see. A lot of good prospects here. Steve Brown. This guy's 24, but he's got monster potential. This guy, he's a reliever. Roman. Oh, Roman could be a starter. What about this guy? And he's durable. There's Ryan Dempster, of course. So what about getting a guy like Roman? How much? Could offer a Bubba Trammell. Trammell's had a good year, but we do have some. We have Ochoa, who's a right-handed hitting corner outfielder in the minors. Plus, we have some other guys on top of that. If it meant getting a guy like Julian Roman, that might be worth it. What about if it was Ryan Dempster? Dempster's got half decent potential. Not having a good year in Florida. Let's see. Yeah, similar package. What about Jeremy Lowe, or who do we like better, Lowe or Aguilar? Whoops. Let's see. I'm not really in love with either, to be honest. What about Steve Brown? What would it take on top of Araujo to get him? Oh, so we could get Steve Brown for maybe just Araujo and Trammell. I don't want to give up Randy Wynn, but I would consider giving up Trammell on the right deal. So maybe that's our deal. We could get catching prospect Steve Brown. He's kind of old, but I don't know, maybe he's just a late bloomer. Who knows? Could be worth taking a shot on. If you give up Trammell, could we also pick up, like, what else now on top of that to get Roman and be Saunders? What about if it was getting Alex Gonzalez? We could also get Alex Gonzalez in this. Okay. And what about like a Ryan Dempster? Is that any less value than Roman? Probably not. Yeah. What about Brian Meadows? Same thing. Alright, so... Okay, then I think we'll do this deal. Rolando Araujo and Bubba Trammell for Steve Brown and Alex Gonzalez. I mean, I don't love having to give up Trammell in this, but I think we have guys to replace him. I mean, if you look at our AAA team, we've got Mike R. Kelly. He's a right-handed bat. Alex Ochoa is a right-handed bat. Joe Harris is a left-handed bat. He's more of a pinch runner type defensive replacement anyway. Yeah, Mike Kelly could easily call up. Alex Ochoa, definitely going to call up in place of Trammell. So, alrighty then. We will complete our first on-camera trade of the Devil Rays series here. And we'll call up Alex Ochoa. And we're going to need to find a starter to replace a... Oh, wow, we have to figure that out tonight. Alright, we're going to need a spot starter for tonight. It's going to be Stanley Hawk. Not to be confused with Tony Hawk, of course. And then our lineups are still all set, I think. Oh, yeah, we got to move Ochoa here. So it's a good thing we claimed Ochoa off waivers. I was unsure about doing that at the time, but it worked out. It pretty much gave us the flexibility to get rid of Trammell. Now, we don't know that Ochoa can play as well as Trammell, of course, but we think he can. And we will find out, that's for sure. Alright. Ooh, Carlos A. Hernandez. This guy might be worth... I might put a claim on him. We have had a black hole at the catcher spot this year. Alright, so other guys we could look to move. Fred McGriff, maybe, he's had a pretty good year. Makes pretty big money. He's got a team option for next year. So we can shop him around. We'll see maybe what he can get us. We're not going to be able to trade Myers or anything. Don't want to trade Cairo. Don't want to trade Smith. Don't want to trade Ledesma. Yeah, no, I definitely want to keep Ledesma. Randy Wynn, don't want to trade McCracken. I'd throw him in the right deal, but for now we don't have to trade him. Boggs we could trade, but I kind of want to keep. I mean, since this whole series is kind of themed around Wade Boggs, I feel like we should keep him. Let him try to get his 3,000th hit in a Devil Rays uniform. So we'll keep him. He wouldn't get us much anyway. Saunders we're going to keep. Jason Johnson will keep. Wilson Alvarez, yep, we're going to keep. Yeah, so, alright, looks like the only other, real asset we have that we might want to move is Fred McGriff. So let's see what he can get us. Probably not much. Probably not as much as Araujo. Thank God I don't have to pronounce Araujo's name anymore. Alright, so we got a couple offers here from the Marlins and Indians. So let's look at both of these farm systems here. Might be able to get a slightly better low-level prospect than Alex Ramirez. Hunter Weaver is a 19-year-old pitcher. He looks like he could be half decent. We're not going to get Sloan Hart or Russell Brandon here. What about Guillermo Gomez? Okay, that might do that. James Brooks, he's 23. And he's still in short season A-ball, so I really like the looks of that. Let's take a look at Florida. Boy, if I'd known Fred McGriff was interested in Florida, I would have thrown him in the last deal instead of Trammell. But whatever. Yeah, can't get Trammell back, so I suppose I probably wouldn't have taken that. Alright, let's go back to prospects. So we already sort of scouted all these guys. What about getting... Okay, so we get a guy like this. Lefty. Wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Octavio Aguilar. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get any of these big names. So... Maybe we get Theron Wilkins. Okay, so we could get a good relief prospect then. 19 years old. Alright, so that's not too bad. That's getting something out of McGriff when we probably would have gotten nothing otherwise. And can we get, on top of this, maybe... Can we also get Jesus Sanchez? If we throw in... who should we throw in? Maybe this Noble guy. Yeah, sure. Jerry Noble, lefty, good defender, but not really anything else. Can run a little bit too, but that's alright. So we'll get Theron Wilkins and Jesus Sanchez, 2 minor league arms for Fred McGriff. And playing first base rest of the year, we can slot Sorrento in there if we want. And then we can call up Joe Harris to platoon with Alex Ochoa, except we don't want Harris playing. We don't want Harris hitting fourth, that's for sure. We can move him down. Move Cairo up. Oh, we can move Smith. Yeah, we'll do something like this. Boggs, Wynn, Smith, then Sorrento. Yeah, okay, that's a lot better. Alright, copy and paste. And then we'll just move Ochoa here, and Harris can be the backup everything. We have like no bats on our bench with this lineup though, that's the thing. When Ochoa's in the when Ochoa's starting, we have no bats in our lineup or on our bench. But alright, okay, so I think that's pretty much gonna be that. There isn't really much else we can do. I mean, we don't oh whoops, what am I trying to do here? Sign a free agent. Yeah, there's still no free agents. Oh no, there are a couple of free agents now. A couple guys have gotten released, but oh wait, no, it's the waiver wire. Oh yeah, no, still no free agents. We freed up a lot of money though, which is good. The only thing I wanted to look at was never mind. I guess now we're all set. All right, so let's just keep going past the deadline here. Then this will be a pretty short episode, but there's really, like I said, there's really not much we can do early on here. We've got to, draft well, develop well. Oh, we got Carlos Hernandez, which is good. We can probably just get rid of John Flaherty. We don't need him. He's a free agent at the end of the year. We can trade him maybe, see if we get any offers on him. Why not? Since he had actually asked for an extension earlier this year. And I was not planning on giving it to him, that's for sure. We get this Baroa guy. Oh, no thanks. Nah, I'm just going to release, or I'm going to DFA Flaherty then. And if anyone wants him, they can have him. We will take Carlos Hernandez instead. Oh, and we should, let's see, Alex Gonzalez. We can keep on the team over Rodenas, and we can keep the lefty we just got over Terrell Wade. So we can add all these guys, or each of these guys, to the team, and we'll make Gonzalez the backup infielder. And Hernandez, this is a righty, so that's perfect. So we still can maintain our catching platoon. Play him against lefties. And we'll still have Gonzalez in there. Oops. Alright, there we go. And Jesus Sanchez, middle relief. Alright, one more day. And there we go. We are through the trade deadline. And it looks like Tom Glavine signed an extension in Atlanta. Which is interesting, because in real life, I'm pretty sure that's after this year he signed with the Mets. So, interestingly enough. Alright. So that is going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching. Next episode will be the off season, which will be, I would think, a little bit more exciting, a little bit maybe more room for actually building up this team. So hopefully that will stimulate your interest a little bit more. So all right, that is going to do it. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace.